All right, let's dive in. If you're an educator, you know that AI is pretty much the only thing anyone is talking about right now. And that conversation, well, it's a mix of real excitement and, let's be honest, a whole lot of anxiety. So today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. This is your practical guide to AI. Let's get to it. First things first, we have to talk about the elephant, or maybe the robot, in the room. You know, that one huge question that hangs over every single conversation about AI in schools. And there it is, the number one fear. The question that gets whispered in staff rooms and at professional development days. Is this technology going to make us, the human educators, obsolete? Well, the short answer is a big, resounding no. But the long answer, that's where things get really interesting. This right here, this reframes the entire conversation. See, the myth is that the professional, the teacher, is on the chopping block. But the reality, AI is here to replace tedious, routine tasks. Think of it like an assistant. It can draft things, summarize, spot patterns, and that frees you up to do the real work that only a human can do, curating, contextualizing, and applying your professional judgment. So, if AI isn't our replacement, then what is it? We need a better way to think about it, a better mental model. And really, the best way is to stop thinking of it as some kind of rival intelligence and start seeing it as a powerful new kind of tool. You know, think of it like this. A power saw doesn't replace a carpenter, right? No way! It just makes a great carpenter faster, more efficient, and more capable. It's the exact same thing here. AI doesn't replace a great teacher, it amplifies what they can do. The final lesson plan, the rubric, the feedback for a student, the quality of that still depends entirely on the professional who's guiding the tool. Okay, so it's a tool, got it. But how do we actually use it? I mean, with all the options out there, it can feel pretty overwhelming. That's where a simple framework, a rule of thumb, can really help us figure out where to start. So let me introduce you to the 70-20-10 rule. It's such a smart way to balance how you use AI. The idea is that the vast majority of your time, about 70%, should be focused on simple time savers, the low-hanging fruits. Then 20% should go toward boosting your professional insights. And just a small slice, 10%, should be for playing with true cutting-edge innovation. So what does that actually look like? Well, for that big 70% chunk, the time savers, you're asking AI to draft a grading rubric or create a quick first pass of a lesson outline. For the 20%, maybe you feed it some anonymized data to help you spot trends and where your students are struggling. And for that fun, innovative 10%, maybe you use it to help you dream up an interactive classroom simulation. See, it's a really clear, manageable way to approach this. Now that we're clear on AI's role as a tool, it's so important that we double down on what makes us, as human educators, absolutely essential. We need to identify the core of our work that technology simply can't, and never will, be able to touch. It's a really simple statement, isn't it? But it's so powerful. Because while AI is amazing at processing information, it's completely, utterly incapable of doing the complex, messy, human-centered work that is the heart and soul of great teaching. And here they are. These are our human superpowers. First, relational intelligence. That's knowing a student is having a bad day just from the look on their face. Then there's moral and cultural judgment, weighing what's fair and what's right for your community. How about motivation, inspiring a student to actually believe in themselves? Or adaptive creativity, that magic you do when you pivot a lesson on the fly because it's just not working. And finally, accountability and trust. An algorithm can't earn a student's trust. Only you can. So we know our unique value. Now, how would we get better at using this new tool? Well, it's going to require a new skill set, but I promise it's probably not what you're thinking. We're talking about AI literacy. And let me be super clear on this. This has nothing to do with learning to code or becoming a computer scientist. Not at all. It's about developing professional fluency. It's knowing how to partner with AI effectively and ethically to get your job done better. That's it. And we can break AI literacy down into 4 totally learnable habits. It all starts with prompt craft, basically learning how to ask the AI for exactly what you need. Next is source sense and verification, knowing when to be skeptical and check the facts. After that comes pedagogical integration, thoughtfully weaving this tool into your actual teaching. And finally, ethics and transparency, understanding the critical guardrails. Okay, let's zoom in on that first habit, because it is a game changer. A great prompt isn't just a question, it's more like a recipe. You give the AI a role, like you are an expert curriculum designer. You give it a clear task, like create a project-based learning unit.
Then you provide the context, set the constraints, and tell it the exact output format you want. If you master this, the quality of what you get back will absolutely skyrocket.
And now I need to pause for something that is absolutely critical. This is a non-negotiable. You have to protect your students. It's your number one responsibility. Never, ever, ever enter personally identifiable information, names, grades, personal comments, into these open public AI systems. Just don't. Period.
And when we think about this at a school-wide level, this is the guiding principle for any policy. Any AI-driven data should be used as a mirror, something for us to reflect on and get better. It must never, ever become a whip for punitive evaluations. That's how you build trust around this new technology. So after all this, after busting the myths, learning the frameworks, and thinking about the skills, what's the one core idea you should really hold on to? It all comes down to a single, powerful mantra. This is it. This is the Keeper's Creed. AI can draft it, I will own it. Let the AI do the first pass, do the grunt work, but you, the professional, are always the final word. You're the editor, the final authority. You own the outcome, you are accountable for its quality, and you're the one who infuses it with your professional wisdom. And at the end of the day, that's really the bottom line. This powerful new tool isn't some far-off future thing. It's here now. So the conversation is no longer about if we're going to use it, it's about how. How will you choose to use it to save time, to gain new insights, and ultimately to free yourself up to focus on that deeply human work that only you can do? The tool is in your hands.